Good afternoon. I'm Brian Yacono. Glad you're with us today. Let's check in with meteorologist Ryan Brett. Another beautiful day. Already feels a little warmer than it was yesterday, Ryan.
Absolutely, Brian. It's a real nice one. We don't have the humidity out there, though.
Which is also great.
Yeah, that sure is some good news. We've got a few clouds mixing in with the sun, depending on where you are. This is a live look out over Kennebunk. There are some mid and high-level clouds kind of streaming in from the west. It is a little bit of a different feeling day north of Bangor. We have a lot more clouds through the Central Highlands, the Katahdin region, and Aroostook County. You can see that here, and that extends into parts of down East Maine, too. This is the part of the state yesterday where we popped up some showers. There should be fewer today, but there may be an isolated shower that pops up in the heating of the day this afternoon, mainly inland. Lots of sunshine in central Maine, and then you can see a few clouds coming in from the west. So again, maybe a sprinkle or a light shower out there this afternoon, but most will be dry. We've warmed up with that morning sunshine. 80 in Wiscasset, 78 in Portland, 79 from Sanford down to the seacoast. It's 74 in Bangor, and then where those clouds are thicker, we're in the middle 60s now through most of Aroostook County. So hour by hour through the afternoon, you can see a few little showers do pop up. The highest chance will be inland, and if you do get one, they won't last all that long. This evening, it is going to be a cloudier night, and we start to watch some showers come in from the west, and we are looking at 2 rounds of rain tomorrow. The first will be in the morning, with some showers and a few downpours that pass through. Then we should get a break for the middle of the day, and we'll have to see how much sun breaks out. If we stay cloudy, we won't pop up anything too concerning in the afternoon. But if there is some sun, we could see a strong thunderstorm, especially in southern and western Maine, late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. I'll be back with more on that and the weekend coming up shortly.
Ryan, thanks. New at noon today, the Maine Secretary of State's office is holding 2 recounts of primary races today, and we now know the winner of one of those. In the Republican primary for House District 49 in the West Bath area, Suzanne Anderson defeated Nicholas Hamlin by 6 votes. That was a 1-vote difference than the initial tally on election night. The Democrat primary for House District 135, which covers the Kennebunk area. Sears-Mont Assistant Fire Chief Wayne Woodbury is remembered for the way he led his community. Woodbury died this month from the injuries that he suffered in the fire and the explosion at Robbins Lumber back in May. He was one of the 12 people hurt in that blast and the second firefighter to now die as a result of the fire. People gathered just yesterday in Belfast honoring him. That service included full line-of-duty honors. Sears-Mont Fire Chief James Ames received Chief Woodbury's Last Alarm Medal. Ames also presented the American flag to Chief Woodbury's sister, friends describing him as a good man and a strong leader.
From the time he joined the fire service until his last alarm, he answered the call with quiet professionalism, unwavering commitment, and a deep sense of duty.
Wayne was a teacher without ever calling himself one. He didn't lecture. He didn't boast about how things used to be. Instead, he quietly shared what experience had taught him. Whether it was operating equipment, reading a fire scene, or simply understanding what it meant to be dependable.
Woodbury served the towns of Sears-Mont and Belmont as a firefighter for more than 60 years. Out of uniform, he was described as a quiet outdoorsman with a deep love for nature and wildlife and was a lifelong fisherman. The chief was 76 years old. This weekend, more Mainers will have a chance to help those injured and still recovering from the Robbins Lumber explosion. The Owl's Head Transportation Museum, which is near Rockland, is hosting a first responder weekend. That museum will host fire and police departments, EMS squads, game wardens, Marine Patrol, other first responders. They will also hold a special ceremony honoring those who were hurt in the fire and the firefighters who died. The director of the museum says it's a way to honor those who dedicate their lives to keep Maine communities safe.
I just don't think that, again, we can say thank you enough to these people because they're embedded in our communities. These are people, these are our neighbors. Okay. These are people that we see that are active, that have taken and made the commitment, okay, to support the community in a hazardous way that we often read about, we often recognize, but I don't think we ever say thank you enough.
The museum is also holding a silent auction to raise money for the Searsmont Victims Relief Fund. The museum, in addition, says a member is donating an antique car for their annual New England Auto Auction, which is in August. The proceeds from that sale will also go to the relief fund. This weekend's event is running Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 3. You can buy tickets online at owlshead.org. A man convicted on charges related to disposal of evidence in a murder is expected to appear in court today for a probation violation hearing. So Kimberly Neptune was stabbed to death in Perry in April of 2022. Police say she was stabbed nearly 500 times. Donnell Dana and Kaylee Brackett were both originally charged with murder in that case. Brackett was convicted in 2024, but the jury was unable to reach a verdict on the charge against Dana. He later pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of hindering apprehension. He is expected to appear in court today. Brackett's murder conviction was overturned earlier this year after the state Supreme Court ruled that key evidence used against her was unreliable. Her second trial has not yet been scheduled. A woman charged with manslaughter in the death of an infant is expected to also appear in court today after the state filed a motion to disqualify her attorney. So state police say an incident happened in Oakland in August of 2023 at a child care owned by Lisa Barney. That baby died just over a week later. The chief medical examiner's office ruled that child's death a homicide. Barney's trial was set to start in May, but one of the jurors says he had received a friend request on Facebook from her. Barney's attorney said he had given her the names of the jurors and then she researched 10 of them on Facebook. The court warned Barney that kind of contact is prohibited by court rules. The judge also noted that by providing her the names, Barney's attorney violated Maine law. The court ultimately decided to reschedule that trial with a new jury. A new date has not yet been set for that. It has been years now since the U.S. Supreme Court's Dobbs decision that overturned Roe v. Wade. Since then, 20 states have fully or partially banned abortion. Maine Democrats blame U.S. Senator Susan Collins for the reversal because she voted to confirm justices who then voted to overturn Roe. Phil Hirschkorn takes a closer look at Senator Collins' history of confirming judges.
It's the most infamous vote of Senator Susan Collins' 30-year Senate career.
Mr. President, I will vote to confirm Judge Kavanaugh.
Brett Kavanaugh, along with Supreme Court Justices Neil Gorsuch, Samuel Alito, and John Roberts, all confirmed by Collins, were in the 6-3 Dobbs decision majority that revoked the national right to abortion in 2022. Devin Murphy Anderson is executive director of Maine's Democratic Party.
Her vote helped pave the way for Roe v. Wade to be overturned and for abortion bans to take effect across our country.
But on this 4th anniversary of Dobbs, Maine Democrats dug further into the Collins record. Since Kavanaugh, the party counts 50 other federal judges it labels opposed to abortion rights as confirmed by Collins, 18 of them in President Trump's second term.
For years, she has voted to confirm anti-choice judges nominated by President Trump over and over and over again.
Their list includes judges who previously defended anti-abortion laws or abortion bans in states like Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, Florida, Alabama, Texas, Mississippi, and Louisiana. 4 judges described by Maine Democrats as supporting abortion restrictions were confirmed just this month, with Collins voting for them. And there's one judge from Maine, Joshua Dunlap, now on the First Circuit Court of Appeals in Boston after his Senate confirmation last November. 2 weeks ago, Collins told reporters she did not regret her Kavanaugh vote, though she disagreed with the Dobbs decision, and then said this about those more recent judicial confirmations flagged by Maine Democrats.
It is not appropriate to ask any judicial nominee how he or she is going to vote on a case. And I remember Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was very pro-choice, famous words at her confirmation hearing in which she said she would not give even a hint on how she would vote on cases that came before her. We want the judiciary to be independent of political pressure. That is essential to maintaining the 3 branches of government.
Collins voted to confirm all 3 justices on the current Supreme Court who support abortion rights, and 188 federal judges nominated by President Biden, including the lawyer who argued against the Dobbs decision on behalf of the Center for Reproductive Rights. When Democratic Senate nominee Graham Plattner was endorsed by the nation's leading reproductive rights organization, Planned Parenthood, 2 days ago, he echoed the party's argument about Collins.
She has been voting for and confirming at the federal level anti-choice judges who have expressed their opposition to a woman's right to choose.
But a Planned Parenthood Maine Action Fund memo just last year praised Collins for supporting funding for the organization and for sponsoring a bill to codify Roe v. Wade into law. The memo said Mainers can count on the senator's long record of supporting family planning programs and standing against proposed cuts that would mean catastrophic loss of access to care. In the newsroom, Phil Hirschkorn for News Center, Maine.